Accessibility tools are about offering inclusion for all team members of all abilities to access your company's intranet. ShortPoint Accessibility is an AI-powered secure solution that allows for automated integration across all pages and sites of your SharePoint intranet. Our solution utilizes artificial intelligence to scan, fix, and provide a detailed report for all accessibility issues while leaving your site unchanged. No information is stored, your security and privacy remain entirely intact. ShortPoint Accessibility guarantees WCAG 2.1 and ADA compliance of your SharePoint site while making sure team members of all abilities have access to your company's intranet.
ShortPoint. What is ShortPoint?
Okay, I think we can start now. Hello everyone, I'm Anas Naqawa. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of ShortPoint, and I'm really excited today to welcome you to this webinar and the official launch party of the live mode. As many of our existing customers already know, we've been working on this live mode release for more than 2 years. We have done a lot of beta testing with our customers. We have gathered many amazing feedback from them, and we have evolved the technology and the product piece by piece to reach to what we have today and to make sure that the experience we have today is the best it could be. So how did we arrive to the live mode today? Let me take you through a walkthrough on how the product started years ago and how we end up today with this massive achievement and massive milestone, the live mode. We started the company with a very basic goal, and with very basic and ambitious goal at the same time. We wanted to empower and allow our customers to build beautiful pages with the minimal required efforts. The very basic idea of ShortPoint started by what we call it the shortcode. Usually we ask the users to type some text between brackets. You open a bracket, you type some text between the bracket, and you close the bracket in your page. Once you save it, you get the end result. So for example, if you typed a button inside the bracket and you save the page, you get a button. If you typed a panel, you get a panel. This was the very first version of ShortPoint. After we released this version, we heard from our customers that while this is working, but this is not really efficient. We want a graphical user interface that will help us manage the many design elements that you have in the product and the many options that we can configure. We cannot keep memorizing all of these things and typing them by ourselves. And that led us to create what we called it at that time, the wireframe builder and the inserter. It was a graphical interface. Most of you here already know this already. You open the inserter in your SharePoint page and you choose the design element you want, you configure the options, you save it, and you save the page, and you get the end result. Once you enter the edit mode of the page, you don't get the final result. You see a wireframe that shows the basic structure of the page that will give you an idea of what exists on the page and what is the layout, the columns, but you don't see the actual end result. You don't see whether this button is blue or red, whether they are aligned or not. This was the second version of ShortPoint. It was a huge success for us. But then after releasing this wireframe builder, we found out that, okay, some of our customers are struggling to build beautiful pages. And we felt that, okay, we are the design experts here. It's time for us to create beautiful pages and give it to our customers with ease. And we brought up the copy and paste feature, the magical copy and paste feature, and we created a massive library on demos.shortpoint.com. All you had to do is to go to the website, check whatever template that you like, right-click, copy, go to your page, edit the page, right-click and paste, and you have a beautiful page. Now you only have to do some minor tunings to make the page look with the exact content that you want on the page. Now, after releasing the copy and paste feature, customers were finally able to build beautiful sites, and we make sure that every customer had a beautiful intranet that reflects their identity. But then we found out that, okay, customers wanted to have every single page on their site to look exactly the same. They wanted to apply a brand that reflects their corporate. And that led us to create the theme builder, which you can, by clicking some simple steps from the theme builder, you can apply your corporate branding, you can apply a layout, you can apply background color, change the menu, and every single page on your site will look exactly the same. Now, after releasing all of these amazing features, we felt that there's something still missing here. We saw many customers, when they create a page, when they design the page from the page builder, from the wireframe builder, and then when they copy and paste from our demos website, and when they brand the site using the theme builder, they still go into a lot of back and forth fine-tunings details. They kept on editing the page, changing some little pixels here and there. They wanted the page to look perfect. They wanted all elements to look aligned. They wanted to apply small tunings, and in order to achieve that, they usually go into a lot of edit save the page, a lot of back and forth between edit mode and save mode. And we felt that, okay, it's time for us to bring what they call it, the what you see is what you get. When you are in editing the page, when you're editing the web part, you should actually see how it will look without having to save the page. And this was the main thing that brought us here today to build the live mode. Now, I don't want to tell you much about the live mode, and to walk you through what really makes the live mode really impressive and amazing, I'd like to welcome here my colleague Adedolapo. She is a business product manager at ShortPoint, overseeing the product development of the live mode. Adedolapo, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Anas. Welcome again, everyone, to our live mode launch party and our public release webinar. I am so excited to have every one of you here. My name is Adedolapo, and I am the business product manager at ShortPoint, my responsibility is to oversee the product development lifecycle for the live mode. I would say for the about 2 years that we did work on the live mode, one of the goals for us here at ShortPoint was to create a product, an intranet builder that will enable even a user with no experience at all build beautiful pages simply and easily. Like Anas rightly said, the live mode is a what you see is what you get editor, which means that as you're designing your intranet pages, you're going to see the real-time result of how your page will look like. So with our legacy builder, we had the grid mode, that's what we call it now, the grid mode editor. So with the grid mode editor, for you to see the final result of your intranet, you would need to either preview each individual section on your page, or you would need to save and publish the page before you can see the final result of your intranet. But with the live mode, you don't have to do that. While you design, you can see the actual result. So it's taking out, design time for having to check what the final result looks like and going back to do your changes. So I'm very excited to share this with you. Today, I will be doing a walkthrough of the live mode and how you can get started using the live mode. But before I share my screen, I'd like to mention that the chat room is open for your questions. You can drop your questions. We will be very happy to answer them before the end of the webinar. And just in case we have a lot of questions, don't worry, we will be sure to respond to them after the webinars, and you can also get the recording of this webinar. So let's get started, guys. I will go ahead and share my screen. All right, so I will start by adding this editor navigation and adding ShortPoint web part onto my page. Great. So the first thing you're greeted with is the grid mode editor. The grid mode editor is always and always has been present even in our legacy builder. But the difference with what we have here and what we used to have is the UI. We have uplifted the user interface to look more colorful, added some radiant color to make it exciting while you design your page. So we're going away from what we used to have, which I'm trying to show in a second, which is predominantly this gray and blue color. We're moving away from this to this exciting color. I like to say that the functionalities in the grid mode still remains the same, nothing is changing. So another thing you'll see on your page is this floating page settings bar, which is another feature we added for you to access all the features you would always use during your editing session. The first button here is the button to switch to live mode editing interface. And then you can easily access the demos library, which is our collection of design templates. And initially you couldn't, but not right now. With the click of this button, you can now easily access, the demos library. Then you can also copy webpack content with a click of this button. In our previous page builder, you needed to copy its sections from the page to be able to transfer it to a new page. But now with this button, clicking it, you can copy the whole webpack content. You can also maximize and minimize this floating page setting bar. This is one of my exciting features, which is the Help Center. With this, you can access support and also visit our robust knowledge base. We also added a product tour to guide you through the main features of the page when in your first time of editing. We have the product lessons, which is an archive of different product lessons in the product. You can also schedule a one-on-one session with our product team with the onboarding meeting. Yes. You can also clear the web part content with this button. And if you are editing in the grid mode, you can switch to preview mode so that you can easily see what you have been editing without having to, save your page or publish your page. I will go back to edit mode. And you can discard your web part content. Also, save your webpack content, obviously. So let's get to the superstar of the day, which is the live mode. Switching to live mode is by this button. Once you click this button, you switch to live mode. You can also go back to the grid mode by switching this button as well. So switch back to the live mode. So with the live mode, the first thing you see is, or you notice, is this tags. These tags are called EasyPass tags. EasyPass is a feature we added to the product to help you understand the content structure of your page, and also to help guide you or help you focus on the particular design element you are designing. So for instance, when I click on the info design element to activate EasyPass, I click on info, you see that the EasyPass is being focused on the info design elements like this, so you see that you can also access the action buttons once you click on it, and you would know that the info is nested in a row and a row in this section. To deactivate EasyPass, I will just click on the info again, and it's deactivated. So let me go ahead to remove this info design element since it's a placeholder. To design with ShortPoint, you always need to start with a section or a row. I will go ahead to add a 2-column row to my page. Now I will select this. To add design element is by clicking on this black button, add a design element, and we have over 60 design elements that you can select from. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I will have a panel, the panel design element. Yeah, you see that as I added the panel, you can see the panel in real time. I will change the title to organization news, and you see that as I was editing, I can see it right on my page. Change it to change the header as well, to the style, I mean. Okay, great. And now I'll increase the height. So as I increase the height, the layout is, or the height of the panel is also changing. So I will go ahead to apply it by clicking this green button here. Now that is done, so since a panel is a content holding element, a content holding element is basically an element that allows content inside of it, and it's always accompanied by a text design element. So now this brings me to how we edit in the live mode, the text design element in the live mode. It's easy to edit the text design element by just double clicking into the text design element, and you will activate a rich text editor easily. And I will go ahead to add, text into it right now. Okay. Let me fill the panel height with this text. I will make this a header and align it to the center. Great. This looks beautiful already, and it's easy to see what the final result will look like. So this brings me to another exciting feature where I wish I had the inline design element. Inline design elements are just design element that can stay within text. So to access that is by clicking on this button. So we have about 10 inline design elements, such as the button. You have a tooltip, pop-up, abbreviation, drop, cap, label, emphasis, and the emoticons. So I will go ahead to make one of the text an inline design element, which is a button. Let me go ahead to call it button just for it to be obvious, right? Yeah, if I want to change that, I make the color primary and I'll apply this. So you see immediately that text was changed into a button. All right, to exit this, you just need to click outside of the text and you will be able to access other design elements. So I will go ahead to add a new design element to the second column. The first thing here is image, add the image. And what you see is that you can see a placeholder of what the image will look like when it's added. So I will go ahead to add an image from my site asset. Viola, this is an image added, and I can apply this. So you see an image has been added. To add another extra column, I can do that by clicking here on the column side, and I have added an extra column to my row. So what I will do is to copy this panel into that color, and it's easy to do. This is done by just right-clicking on the design element. Once I right-click, I can copy that panel, and I can also right-click into this column and paste it directly. So you have that panel. Yes, so I will edit this by entering EasyPass and editing. So let's say, for instance, I take this out. Take this out, change the style, and I will add an icon. Let's say calendar. Apply. Take out the content in it by right-clicking and deleting it. Great. So I had a new design element called events. Right. So let me just quickly edit this event, and whatever I do as well would be shown on the page. I will click this button here and change it to, let's say, all ends meeting. I will remove the description, change the date. All right, great, and apply. Then also change the second event title to Halloween party. Halloween are in October. Yes, great. And make it an all-day event. And the last one, let's say Christmas party. Okay, Christmas is 25th. So let me just put 25. Yes, apply. Great. All right, so this is what our page looks like now. This brings me to our next powerful feature, which is called the odd actions. So the odd actions helps you resize your page without having to second guess if the sizings are correct. To do that, you click it and drag it by the side or anywhere you want to resize. And Viola, you see this. You can also apply this to both sides by clicking. A second. You can apply by clicking on this link button, and it will be applied to both sides. So this is a very interesting feature. You can apply different paddings and margins just by looking at it without second guessing. So I will also go ahead to add another design element called the frame design element just to make this page look great. I will change the decoration to something like sort of a solid. Yeah, great. And I will apply this. Since a frame is also a content holding element, I will change the text, make this white. Okay. Yeah, let me add like an heading as well so it looks good. Okay. I will make this an header and align it to the center as well. You can also change the fonts as well. Let me just show that. Change it to smaller, and now I'll make it larger. That's better. Yes, great. And yeah, this is how it looks like. So let me exit this. Yes, so now that's done. So another way to also design your page is by copying from our demos library, which is a page where you can get different. So I click on this to open the demos library, like I've shown initially. So this is our demos library. I can pick out of a lot of templates. I'll take this together for the sake of this demonstration. And I will copy a part of this page from our demos library page by clicking this. And I will copy this page. To paste this, it's very easy. All I just need is to right click on any section of the page. And once I right click, I see that I can paste the section after section. Once I've done that, you have the content on your page. So you see that with the easy pass, you can easily tell what the design element is and what it is nested into easily. So that's the beauty of the easy pass, feature. And let's say I want to add another content to my page. Let's copy this page. To do that, you can also add it by the other actions, and you can paste before the section as well. So this is what our page looks like right now. So I will also want to demonstrate the other actions more. Other actions is not only for image, you can also, resize your text, for instance, just like I'm showing at the moment. Apply it to both sides. Let me remove that, just to demonstrate. Another feature I'd like to share will be the history web part history. This is in this window, you're going to see the list of all your design activity, your editing activity. And you can also revert back to a particular editing activity you were on. I'll go back to when we had the paste section after section to remove the header I had pasted from our demos library. You can also still go back to getting it back by, I'll click when we had the paste section before section to get back the header. And that means you can always remove whatever editing activity you do not want. Finally, I'd like to say that we created the live mode for a visual design experience, and just to ensure that while you are editing your page, it's easy and it's effortless for you to design your page and your sites. I see we already have some questions. I will be passing the mic to our growth and technical product manager, Yaya, so that he could address them. Thank you so much for being here, everyone.
Thank you, Adedolapo. That was such an amazing demo, and I can't wait for all of our customers to get their hands on live mode and try this totally fresh internet design experience. Hey everyone, I'm Yahya, and I'm the technical product manager here at ShortPoint. I'll be answering your questions on today's webinar. Let's begin. Our first question in the chat is, does live mode cost more than regular ShortPoint? Well, the answer to this question is a simple no. Our team at ShortPoint are constantly improving the product and adding new features to make our customers' lives easier. Live mode comes at no additional cost, as it's included with the latest version of ShortPoint. All right, great. Question 2. How easy is it to add ShortPoint Live Mode to my SharePoint intranet? Installing ShortPoint on your SharePoint intranet is a very easy one-time process that takes less than 30 minutes. Just go to shortpoint.com, apply for a free trial, and you'll get the download link and the getting started guide right away. Next question. Let's have a look. Is adding ShortPoint Live Mode safe? That's a great question, actually. Yeah, we've made sure that adding ShortPoint Live Mode to your site is completely safe. Whether you're adding ShortPoint for the first time to your internet or upgrading to live mode, your internet pages will not be affected negatively in any way. We're also in the process of achieving SOC 2 Type 2 certification, which signifies our compliance with the latest security standards in the industry. Amazing question so far. Thank you. Can you do everything in live mode that you can do in grid mode? While designing your pages, you can switch between grid mode and live mode as you like. The only two features that are currently missing from live mode are connections and visibility. We're planning on bringing these two features into live mode before the end of the year. For now, if you want to edit these settings, you can just switch to grid mode at any time and edit them. That's basically the solution. Our site has a lot of pages with ShortPoint elements. What will happen after I upgrade to ShortPoint Live Mode? All of your site's pages will look the same after upgrading to the Live Mode version. When you edit a page that was built using an older version of ShortPoint, our automatic migration will run and ensure that all of the elements on your page are compatible with the Live Mode editing experience. The migration takes 20 to 30 seconds usually, and you'll be able to edit your page normally afterwards. Great. And the closing question is, I noticed that the history button isn't showing up in the bottom bar when she was using grid mode. Why is that? Well, that's because the history feature is currently only available when designing using live mode, but we're planning to bring it to grid mode in the future. Those were all of the questions that we could answer in today's webinar. Our customer support team will contact you if you posted a question in the chat that we weren't able to get to today. All right, so as you can see, the countdown timer is getting close. So we're going to pull you into the launch party. Hold on, everyone.
Welcome to the formal launch party. I just wanted to say thank you for being part of ShortPoint history. We have worked very hard for the last 2 years to bringing you live mode, and we are so excited for you to try it out. With that being said, let's push the mic to Anas. Anas, over to you.
In the end, I would like to thank our customers for helping us with this journey. I would like also to thank the outstanding product team who helped build and troubleshoot this amazing product. We truly believe we have built something really amazing, and we're so proud of it. Joe?
Hi, Anas. Thanks. And thank you to our product team and to our customers. We all worked really hard together to bring you live mode, and we're really excited and happy to share with you today. Oksana, are you there?
I was on mute. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm so excited because it's a product release, but we were working on it for the last 2 years with our customers, and I'm so happy that it's finally out. Thank you very much, everybody who has been supporting us through all of these 2 years. And yeah, I think we're coming closer. Yeah, can we put the timer on the screen? Yes. Yes, we are ready. So we will be redirected right after the timer. Sami, anything else?
Go download today and get started. Vamos!
17,
16,
15,
14,
13. Wow, 11. That connection is terrible.